Welcome to Sewing Essentials with Savvy 365. This is a brief introduction for beginner and moderate sewers. I had experience as a moderate sewer, but I left the trade to study formally, of course, in another subject. And as an older person, I decided to return to sewing months ago. So I began as a beginner in beginner courses. So this is going to be a brief presentation talking about how you can get started, how you can get restarted. I'm a fan of the Singer brand. I started with it. I decided to buy me a heavy duty mechanical for myself. In the beginning, I found myself spending more money on material and notions. And I strongly discourage that for a beginner and a moderate sewer. Don't start investing in pricey material notions, etc., until you build your clientele. Otherwise, you'll just have extra stuff lying around. And another thing I'm going to address later is avoiding advanced sewers on YouTube. When your eyes see things, you tend to want it right away. But again, if you don't have the skills, please do not tackle these projects you see on YouTube. You're just going to be disappointed. So for a beginner or a moderate sewer, if you can find a really good piece of equipment, rather mechanical or electrical, for younger people, including young men, there are free options available for classes. These free beginner classes usually end with advanced classes. They are available at some colleges, especially in public libraries, art studios, charities, and if you visit Singer's YouTube channel, you can see some great beginner projects for beginner sewers. Again, you can also look for free supplies, notions, etc. online. And a great place to start is by looking for nonprofits or charities that offer these beginner classes. Let's move forward. I'm going to briefly discuss sewing essentials. Again, machine selection is key. You don't have to start with a serger right away, but you can work your way up to a serger. Most mechanical machines have a comparable mechanical serger. The same for heavy duty digital. But if you would look at the specifications for most machines, especially with the Singer, Brother, and Kenmore brands, some of the mechanical machines can perform some of the same desired settings and features as a serger. You just may have to add an additional foot. With my HD 6380, I bought the entire feet kit, which is valued at over $200. I got it on sale for under $80. So again, select a median affordable machine. Look for bundle automatic savings, free tutorial options, and a no membership fee. Again, when you're approaching your notions, your desired materials, always look to recycle, reuse, and repurpose. Start with things you have around the house. This is smaller clothing items, apparel items, especially denim, cotton fabrics. If you have patterns, I strongly recommend you taking those patterns. Look at some of the things you already have that you're not wearing that may be too small. Cut those things. Search wholesalers, stores that's closing, going out of business. This is where you're going to find your best bargain prices. An average sewing kit is about $10. This is going to have your basic sewing needles, a seam ripper, fabric shears, a tape measure. Some of these things are in the boxes when you buy your new sewing machine, or if you buy a used sewing machine, preferably from one owner or less. They'll probably give you some of these things. Now, a great place to also source notions and donations are apps like OfferUp. They allow for bartering, trade among subscribers. You have people that are literally giving things away. You have a number of stores and warehouses closing around the country. You have nonprofit and charities that are in need of volunteers. I'm going to name some later in the presentation. You can approach these entities or people and ask them if you can haul things away. Chances are they will allow you to have it because they want it gone. With the reduction in personnel, you're actually helping them out. You're saving them money. On to more notions and donations. A great place to look in your community could start with auctions, sales. This is with city establishments, county establishment, private businesses, schools have auctions, okay? Resource, locate, look for schools that still offer these classes. They don't have to be formal trade classes, but if they have the classes as electives, that means they may have old equipment, material, notions. Sometimes this stuff is sitting there unused. Okay, contact some of your local retailers, especially your specialty stores. They have things that go out of style quickly. You have a lot more trending more often, so you have people shopping for certain things, and they often buy those things in bulk. Again, avoid aggressive spending. If you are a beginner, if you are a returning beginner, as I stated I was, you don't want to start spending money on expensive material and notions. It's just going to add up. Avoid advanced source, especially on YouTube. It is so easy to find someone and something that we like, and our eyes are just locked in on it. Most of the people you see on YouTube with a high volume on their pages, these are advanced source, especially if you just see them using a tape measure and a pair of shears. Okay, you often do not see these people with your step-by-step guides, patterns, or relying heavily on a text. So a good way to research beginner material is to look for patterns and guides that have words such as basic, easy, quick, or 30 minutes or less in the instructions. A notion list would be the amount of material you're going to need, buttons, a zipper, etc. A notions list on a beginner pattern or step-by-step guide is usually 3 to 4 items and less. Good beginner starter items include t-shirts, clutches, skirts. And there are a number of step-by-step guides and patterns that can now show and teach you how to do a t-shirt in about 10 minutes. You can enhance that t-shirt with a moderate or advanced skill such as applique. That's where you get the really nice stitch applied to something such as a logo, a clip art cut out from another piece of material, and you're basically embedding that, embroidering that, or attaching it to, however you want to say it, to the t-shirt, such as one's initials. So some of the free online resources that I use for patterns, meaning you have to print these out, but they come with great step-by-step instructions, just like your traditional patterns you will buy off the shelf, including McCall, Simplicity, or the more expensive ones like Vogue. The free patterns resources include Free Spirit, Studio Project, SewEasy.com. That's SCW-SO-EASY.com. So sign up for free recurring subscriptions, but you don't have to. You can always check back. My favorite is Burter. That's BURTER. DA. It is great, but it requires a lot of printing. Here you don't get detailed step-by-step instructions because Berta is, I think, is for advanced sewers. But if you have acquired skills such as pattern grading, you can cut out a pattern and you don't deviate from the science behind sewing, you can approach Berta and you can look at the different pieces they have available. Look at what you're sure you can do and start there. But for example, Berta has a great peacoat pattern. I can't wait to get started on one. So what I would do is I would take the pieces I printed, meaning the pattern pieces, I would cut them out, and it will probably take me 3 weeks to make one. That's what I mean when I say patience is key. So I want to thank you for watching. Again, that's a photo of my machine. To the right, that's your basic your sewing kit. As a beginner sewer, you can make a cute little pack or clutch for that sewing kit. And on top of the table of the 6380 there in the photo, those are the included items when you buy a certified reuse or a new machine. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think if you can. Have a great day.